let's have a look at our straps. Now, traditionally, we can put some interfacing on some fabric. I'm just using some very light fusible, and I've cut my straps to be, I think, 10 centimeters or 4 inches. No, it'd be more than that. It would be 15. Would have been 6 inches wide, just over 6 inches wide. So we fold to the middle and then fold our outside edges to the middle, and then we fold them once again, and we will stitch them either side. And this just makes our simple strap for our handles. And it's about 17 or 18 inches long, so you need a pair of those. So that's our traditional method of doing it. So we'll stitch down there, and that becomes a handle. But I've just changed this up slightly because I've used some PVC which looks like patent leather. It will just add a bit of oomph to the bag. And so what I've done is I've actually got some iron-on pellon, and I've cut that around about 1.5 inches. And I've got a strip of fabric which will be 3 inches or 3 1/4, because the pellon's a bit thick. And I've got it so as the sticky side of the pellon is up, so as that our seam will actually stick to the glue of the iron-on pellon. Just make sure it's all central. Try not to get the iron on the pellon because it will stick to it. Yes, like I just did. And then meet those two raw edges in the middle. And there you'll have a strap, and it's got some sponginess in it because it's got some wadding in it. Next we want a strip of the fake patent leather, and I've cut that about 2 1/4 inches wide, and I'm going to put some double-sided sticky tape down the middle of it. This particular patent leather look is really easy to mark with an iron, so I don't want it to go anywhere near heat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pretend I'm ironing this into the middle by using the tape. So I'm going to fold that edge in halfway, just eyeballing this. And then I'm going to fold the other edge to meet that raw edge, so it's in the middle. Let's just show you on the white. So it's just butting those edges together, so as they meet in the middle. And then with the warmth of your fingers, just slide them out front and back, and that sort of finger pressing, that's all it needs. So it's going to be seam on seam, so the join seams of the patent leather and the join seam of where we've got the pellon stuck together, we're going to put those two together, and then we're going to stitch them on. Now, because this patent leather sticks to everything, we need to change our foot to a Teflon foot. Now, it's not going to matter about the patent leather sticking to the actual machine base, but it's going to stick to the bottom of the foot, so we need to use a Teflon foot. Now, some people like to use these little clips, and I'll put some on, but the teeth do leave a mark. So that will come out with some finger heat, but I prefer not to do it. I just eyeball it. We're looking at centralizing this so as it looks like it's got some fake piping up the sides of it. And so I'm just going to stitch with a longer stitch, so 3, 3.5, 4. And I'm not using anything particular with thread. I'm just using my thread, just standard sewing thread. And I'm using my fingers as my pins. You'll see that my three fingers are my pins and they hold this together. So I'm eyeballing it so as that the patent leather strip is in the middle of this strap. Now, if you have to use something to hold these edges together, then you could lightly spray base the back of the patent leather, and that will stick it on well enough, or even use another piece of double-sided sticky tape. You don't want to be sewing through it. So there we have our straps, and they just take it to the next level, having the patent leather.
Hi, hope you learned some tips on making bag straps. If you want to learn more, you can go to our blog at sewsweetpea.com.